Hello everyone. Today in this video we are going to take a look at how we can install the Pycharm and configure PostgreSQL in Ubuntu 18.04. So I'll be following a blog from Cyberprocess Technologies, as they are the best in the business and they are the number one choice if you are going with Odoo implementation or customization. So I'll be following this blog here. And so first of all we have to install Pycharm here. So for installing Pycharm, we have to update and upgrade our system, like the server. So I'm installing it in my local system, so I'm just using my terminal here and putting it in full screen. Now I'm going to type sudo apt get update and giving my master password here, hitting enter. You can see the server is updating. See how fast it is done. So let's upgrade the system. Sudo apt get upgrade. Let us see how much time it will take. So we have to give a y here, and let's wait for the download being completed. It's almost a 50 MB file or 50 MB data for Firefox. Maybe more applications that need to be upgraded there. So it's unpacking the packages and things now. So it will upgrade the entire server. So let's go to the blog now. I'm just switching the tabs using Control tab here, sorry, Alt tab here, and on the Firefox we have our blog here. And in this blog we have opened, we can see the next thing is we have to install Git, pip and all other necessary tools and libraries required to build Odoo dependencies. So we have to install Python 3 pip, we have to install Git, and so on. So you can install it after the installation is completed here. So I will be installing them one by one. So first I will install Git. Yes, it will take 33 or about 34 MB space in my disk, so I have to give a Y here. And the next thing we will be installing is Python 3 pip. So let's install it. It may be already existing in Ubuntu. Let's see. Yes, it will take 201 MB space, and it's downloading. Okay, let's move to the blog. Still unpacking. So let's move here and copy all the other things. Just clicking right click, copy, and come back here. and once this is completed, we will paste that command here, so all things will be automatically installed. So processing triggers, I hope it will complete soon. Yep, it's done. So I'm just typing sudo apt get install Ctrl+Shift+V. So it's pasted here, and I'm just clicking enter, and I might have to give some voice here because there are a few files that are being installed. So just giving Y and clicking enter, sorry, hitting enter. Okay, so it's unpacking. It's installing Node.js, less CSS, all things like libhttp, Python 3.6 dev, and so on, lots of things that is required by Odoo. So that's also done. Now we have to install Pycharm. So for installing Pycharm, we have to come here and type sudo snap install Pycharm, just Pycharm. Okay, so Pycharm does not exist, so we have to give Pycharm community. Okay, so here you can see a warning here, that is this thing should be given an argument classic here because it is published using the classic confinement. So we have to give this argument also here. So the Pycharm community 163 is being downloaded from the channels table. I think it will take a little bit time, so meanwhile we can go take a look at the blog, and here it is. So in this here you can see the blog saying run the pycharm sh file using /pycharm.sh command. It's in the case if you are downloading the package and installing and unzipping it to your system and running it from there. So in case if we are installing it using snap, all these things are not needed because it's quite simple if you are installing it using snap. Okay, and so we can skip that step here. And the next thing is you can see installation of PostgreSQL and doing some Postgres commands, creating Postgres users. And the next thing is in order to access Odoo 11 source code, because this blog was written for Odoo 11 whatever, so we do not have to consider it now because the Odoo installation, configuration and development will be discussing in the upcoming videos. So currently we just have to install Pycharm, install PostgreSQL, create a Postgres user and give him all his access rights. So that's all we are going to do in this video. So let me check if Pycharm is completed. No, not yet. So I hope it will take a little more time. So the basic idea of this video is to let you know, to learn installing, how we can install Pycharm, how we can install Python 3, how we can install different dependencies for Pycharm and PostgreSQL and Odoo. So we will install these basic configuration things, and we will do basic configuration for PostgreSQL and Pycharm from here in this video. So the next videos, like the coming videos, will be featuring things like how to run or how to use Odoo from its source, how to use Odoo from its DB file or exe file or such things. And I think the next video will be regarding how to run Odoo from its source code. Like we can download the Odoo community source code from Odoo's GitHub or Odoo's website here, and we will have to download it from there. And once we have downloaded, we will put it in our location or the directory where we want it to be, and we will create a configuration file to run Odoo, and we will load that configurations and the projects into our Pycharm, and then we will start running it using Pycharm. And also as a next step, we will be running Odoo using its service file. So we might create a service file for Odoo, and we can run it using systemctl or supervisorctl or such things. So I think my internet connection is a bit slow. That's because the downloading is slow. So we have to wait. It shows that we have to wait 8 more minutes here. That's not cool. So we have to wait. Okay, I think the download is being a little bit speeding up. Okay, let's come back here, and we can go down from here. Yes, this is the configuration file I have mentioned earlier. So this file might be having a lot of configurations. This is just a basic thing that barely runs Odoo. We can add different things like optimizations or extra controls or upgrades or such things, and we can configure a lot of things in this configuration file. Also the options in this configuration files can be passed when we are running the Odoo bin file. So we can pass these arguments to our command line instead of creating a configuration also. And the next thing here is something you can see in your Pycharm. So this is a Pycharm configuration for Odoo 11 here. So here is the script directory of Odoo bin and the script parameters. That is, we are passing the configuration file, and we can also we can pass -u, like -u. If we give -u space a module name, each time we rerun this service, that module will be upgraded. And there are lots of such options that we can pass through the command line or through the configuration file. And the next thing you can see here is the environment configuration. So on the environment configuration, we have the environment variable Python buffered equal to 1, and the next thing is the Python interpreter. So here you can see a system interpreter is used, not a virtual environment. So the Python 3.5.2 system interpreter is used in this project, and there's nothing given in the interpreter options. And the working directory is also selected here, and a few more checkboxes and such things are given here. So this is the end of the vlog. So I hope once we have completed installing Pycharm, we can go to the configuration of PostgreSQL. So before that, I'll show you something here. We have run all these commands in our terminal. So let us go through which are the modules that we have installed. So the sudo apt install is, like all you know, it's for installing files from the repositories. So first thing we have installed here is the Git, so that we can pull Odoo from its Git repositories. Next thing is Python 3pip. This is used for installing Python packages. So we can install different Python packages required by Odoo, like pandas or webassets or libsas or such things, or babel, lxml, e3, and so on. So the next thing is the build essential package, and after that the wget. This wget is used to download and install files from external servers which are not presented in our repositories. And the next thing is the Python dev. This is used for Python development. And the next thing is the Python venv. This venv is used to create virtual environments of Python. And the next thing here is Python 3 wheel. This wheel for installing packages. And libxslt dev, libzip dev, libldap2 dev, libsasl2 dev, Python 3 setup tools. And the last thing here is Node.less, that is the less CSS package for the and Node.js set things that is used inside Odoo. So our download is 82% here, and it's running like it's 83 now. So let us have a quick see back here. Okay, so what we have done already is we updated the system, and then we upgraded the server. And then what we have done is we have installed Git here. We can see the command here. And the next thing we have done, it was installing the Python 3 pip, that is the package installer for Python 3. And it asked us whether we have to give it 201 MB space. So we said yes, and then it have installed all these things here. Then it shows us a few messages like it was preparing, downloading and unpacking a lot of packages or DBM files from it. And then we have copied some module names or package names from the server, from the blog, and we have installed all of them here. It asked us, like as usual, whether we want to continue or not. We said yes again. So it installed all these things here, and here it goes. Our download is going to be completed. So last thing we have done is we have just given sudo snap install pycharm community. So it's shown us an error because it's the Pycharm community is published using the classic publishing confinement. So we have to give -- classic in our command line arguments so that it will be installed. So our Pycharm community is installed here. We can either run it through commands like pycharm -community from here. You can see it's opening because it's for the first time. It will ask us to import or do not import configurations. So this is one way of opening Pycharm. The other way is we can simply go to our show applications menu, and we can see Pycharm here. It's because I have installed only a few applications. So otherwise we can search it from here like Pycharm. So we can simply click on them and open it also. So we have to we have to accept the JetBrains privacy policy here. So I just click I confirm and click continue, and it's asking whether we're allowing it to send our usage statistics for the JetBrains because they want to study and improve the performance, or if you do not want to send data, you can give don't send. I'm just giving send here. So it will be now opening up, and you can see the Pycharm is opened here, and we have options to create a new project or open an existing one. So I'm just closing it down. Like all that kind of stuff we will do in our next video. So in this video we're just going to close this, and the next big thing we have to do is we have to install PostgreSQL. So let's move on to the terminal, and here it is. Now we have to update the system once again. Sudo apt get update. Boom. Okay, that's it, we're done. Next thing, we are going to install PostgreSQL. So we have to select it, copy. Oh no, I don't copy anything, so I just type sudo apt get install PostgreSQL, that's PostgreSQL, and hit enter. Sorry, unable to install PostgreSQL. So I think I have misspelled this here. Add an extra G before, adding the G here and hitting enter again. So again it's asking us whether we have to use 20.8 megabytes of space in our service. Yes, yeah, you can use it. And you can see it making its configuration files and doing a lot of things. So you can see the log file is highlighted in red here. Okay, that's done. So the next big thing is switching into Postgres user. Sudo -su Postgres. Yeah, I'm Postgres now, you can see here. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is create a new user with permission. Create db username Postgres, and no creator role, no super user, and give me password prompt. So let's just do it from here. So create user minus or hyphen create db, and putting a space, giving Postgres here, and user name, I think so. No, the username should be given before. So username, and then we give Postgres here, and 2 hyphens, no create role, also no super user, and we need to prompt the password here. So we give pw prompt, and the last thing we gave here is the username. So for that, let's get back here, and I'm giving a name Odoo 12 db user, and the password is prompted. So I just give a password here and confirming it. Well, here we go, it's done. Now we can test it. So we just have to type PSQL. So I'm just PSQL. Yes, the PostgreSQL 10.10 is here. And now we have to alter our user with super user. So for that, I'm just giving the commands alter user. What was the name? So my system is asking me whether I should restart my system and update its system update. no, we can't do it in the middle of a video, right? So restart it later, coming back here, and my username is here was Odoo 12db user, so just giving Odoo 12db user, and with his role is super user and a semicolon in the end. So let's see if it's correct. Yes, it is. So I'm just giving an enter here. It says syntax error because I have misspelled it here. So alter user Odoo 12db user with super user. So once I have hit enter here, I'm going to change the entire career or the entire role of this Odoo 12db user, because he was just a normal user then, and once I hit enter here, he will be a super user. So just hitting enter. Yes, the role is alter. The DB says alter role. Okay, then that's okay. And I'm going to exit. For exiting from PostgreSQL, we can use the combination of keys as slash, that is a slash and a Q, and hit enter. So exited, and now I just have to exit from, like, switch user from Postgres, or I just have to log out it from user and come back to Cybersis. So for that we have to type exit. So I'm just typing exit, exit. That's done, and I'm typing the exit again since I want to close this terminal window. Then now we have the blog here, and we have gone through all the process where we can install the Pycharm Community Edition and installing and configuring PostgreSQL for Odoo Development. So that's all for this video.
If you are interested in knowing more about this or looking for any Odoo implementation or customization in your business, drop your request to info@cybersis.com.